that what
James? I thought I heard your voice when I was at marketing.
Oh, hi.
How are you, sweetie? No camping? What happened?
Well, I think it's still going on as far as I know.
And you left?
Three's a crowd, Nana. I took the car and came to hang out with Daisy.
Wait a minute. You took the car and you left your father stranded out in the woods. How could you be so stupid?
Well, I guess we should start thinking about getting back. No, I won't. I'll take a walk, see if I can find some place where I can get a signal and call home, get them to send a car. I need to take a look at the map to remember where we are.
We know where we are, we just don't know how to get back. Well, I'm glad you find that amusing.
I don't, really. It's sad. It's frightening. Not only don't we know how to get back, we don't know how to go forward. We're stuck, Dad. And we're gonna stay stuck. And if James ever has a son, he's gonna be stuck right here with us.
Philip, I really think you're blowing this all out of proportion here. This is just a camping trip, son, that's all.
I just hoped it could be a little bit more. I thought maybe there was a way that I could fix things with James.
You've got to stop trying to fix everything, you know. You got to let life just unfold. I mean, life is a long journey, a long run.
What if there isn't a long run?
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. I just trying to make up for lost time with James, that's all. I keep going around and around in circles with him. I've got to find some way to leave him in better shape than I found him.
And finally, I decided I didn't have to sit there listening to them argue anymore. So I left.
Couldn't you have just taken a little walk?
Yeah, I could have, but they still would have been there arguing when I got back.
I'm sure they're fine.
James, you know, I've been your greatest ally your entire life, and I have been your greatest defender since you got back home. But this lack of caring that you've started, it just baffles me. I mean, I hope it's not going to take a terrible tragedy for you to figure out that life is short and we need to take care of each other. You just depress me so much.
Remember one thing, Philip. We are who we are.
And we should just accept that. We should never try to improve ourselves or learn anything from our mistakes.
You know, you keep dwelling on the past. You need to move on. I think one of your problems is you had too much time to think about all of this. Think about coming back and saving the world and saving the family.
You know, it may come as a surprise to you, but I didn't really think all that much about that while I was gone. Most of the time, I wasn't sure I was going to make it back at all.
Well, you certainly have been impassioned about saving this family, fixing us.
I wasn't even sure I could face the family. That's why I stayed away as long as I did, because it was easier. I wasted so much time coming up with all these rationales why it would be better for none of you to ever see me again, because I was scared.
Why did you come home?
Because of you. Isn't that funny? You're the one that sent me away, and you're the one that brought me back. Because you raised me never to be a coward. I remember growing up, I used to always be afraid to get into fights. I used to avoid them at all costs. Of course, you always went looking for them. And I remember for my birthday one year, you gave me a biography of Winston Churchill. Do you remember that?
No.
I wanted a dirt bike, I think. You gave me this book. Inside the cover, you wrote one line. Son, make sure all your choices are brave ones. I thought you were ashamed of me. I swore I would never walk away from another fight. You know, the funny thing is, I don't remember anything that I read in that book. I can't tell you where Winston Churchill grew up or how old he was when he died or really anything about the man. But when I found a book about him in my cabin, it reminded me of what you wrote. And that's what brought me home. A note in a book that you forgot you gave me. A father trying to teach his son about courage.
I don't know anything about courage, Philip.
Oh, thank heaven you're still here. I just saw James at the market.
James is supposed to be on a camping trip with Alan and Phillip.
No. He took the car and he stranded them. Some sort of argument, typical. And
Well,
he
is
lost
James
patience.
okay?
James is fine. It's Philip and Alan we have to worry about.
Phillip and Alan are big boys. They can take care of themselves. It's my son that I'm worried about.
Well, let's start at the top. Let's go out to the campsite and we'll talk to Alan and Philip and try to talk some sense into them.
Yes, we know how well that's worked for the last 20 years.
Beth, I need your help.
You're on your own, Mom. And so is Philip. In fact, he prefers it that way, at least as far as I'm concerned. Mom, this is Alan and Philip we're talking about. If you get in the crossfire, you are very likely to get shot.
Philip needs you.
No, he doesn't. You're on your own, and you are the one that told me to keep my distance, so here I am, keeping my distance.
Sweetheart, things are a little complicated with him right now. I didn't tell you this is what you heard, but really, believe me, things are complicated.
Which is exactly why we shouldn't get mixed up in whatever problems Philip is having with Alan.
Beth, I just hope your support of Philip isn't dependent on whether or not he wants to rekindle things with you.
It's not. It's not. But I do think he's not being completely honest with me.
Maybe for some reason he can't be completely truthful with you. And honesty's relative, sweetie. You're
that
coming with me.
mean?
You're
What's
coming
that?
with me. Come on, I don't care. I'm your mother.